Alright, you're welcome back. US government reach out to BUHARI. News and details. There has been an improvement in the uncovering of insurgency and bandwidth in the country in the last days or some indeed. There was no incident until this week, Sunday and Monday, when there were reports of killing of 90 people in Benue State and the adoption of some in one or two other states. In the Federation, I was not surprised at the improved situation because of the information I received 2 weeks ago from a Nigeria students who study and live in the United States for 15 years and who has connection with some high ups in the current administration in America. Alright, in briefly, the man told me that President Joe Biden's government about 3 weeks ago got to touch with President Muhammadu Buhari that he must act fast to bring down the worsening insecurity in the country. Alright, the American believed that he could do it because the way he has been handling things is why the situation has been deteriorating week after week. Alright, at the same time as such said that Buhari was told that the US may take steps if he did not act in time because the situation in Nigeria can lead to complete breakdown of law and order or civil war, a situation the Americans said will cause problem not only in Nigeria but in the West Africa and the Central African sub-regions. Alright, among the effects are the worsening economy and the social situation in the two sub-region and the flooding of thousands, if not millions of Nigerians into poor neighboring countries and West Europe and the United States. This makes us know that my source believe that after receiving the warning from the US President, Buhari started to reach out to the insurgent and the bandit, hence the improved situation because he knows that if he did not act in time, US would take steps that would cause problems from this government. For example, the country and its Western alliance could take economic steps, stop selling to Nigeria planes and military weapons as well as a gadget to monitor the insurgents and the bandits and make it possible to locate where they are. Of course, such measures would worsen the situation in the country and lead to the uprising that could bring down Buhari's government. Alright, news and details. I believe it was because former President Olusegun Obasanjo was aware of the US warning to President Buhari that led to the comment he made last Wednesday when his address to those at the 108th annual convention of the Nigeria Baptists in Ibadan. Alright, he was reported to have told the congregation that the scrotum of our government is only deadly. It cannot fall off. The situation in Nigeria is threatening, but we won't be consumed by it. At the same time, I also believe that the US warning was why 2 days ago on Monday that President Muhammadu Buhari did away with the Nation Security Group and established in its place the End Center to combat illicit trade in the small arms and the light weapons. With officers in the 6th political zone in the security. Alright, I believe it was also why he summoned yesterday the meeting of the Nation Security Council. The president can be expected to come up with other measures. This make us know that it is impossible that Buhari may not agree to take steps to get the Nation Assembly and the houses of assembly in the 36 states to act on the restructuring of the country. If he does not act within 2 weeks, I believe industry action in the southern state will make him act on the matter. Alright, this is having striking trickle a week in which vehicle will not be allowed on the road, market and shop will not open, and civil servants and workers in the private sector will not operate. It is unfortunately that President Muhammadu Buhari, since his assumed office 6 years ago, had been pushing an agenda to make his Fulani tribe take over the country. This, no doubt, was the reason why for 2 or 3 years he took no step to stop X-Men, who are mostly Fulani, from using their cow to eat up crowd and destroying farm across the country. Alright, instead, his government was promoting that state governments should establish rural grazing area ruga from the X-Men and their cattle. How can state fund be used by the state government in the south of established ruga settlement for private businessmen? Alright, this is suggests the was the tribal effort because there was no talk of paying compensation to the farmers who was far were destroying and the most of who are not Fulani. Alright, it was even believed by some people that the Buhari government came up with the establishment of Ruga settlement to enable its Fulani tribesmen and women to have a presence or in the state of the federation. Of course, in the hope that one day there will be 900 and 1,000 of Fulani in the Ruga settlement and in the position to start attacking the people of their host community when in need arise. This is why no certain government should ever allow the establishment of Ruga settlement. Alright, and to be with us, what we're trying to bring out on this news now is that the US government have been reached to Buhari network. Alright, now Buhari have been trying to make steps to make sure that everything in the 36 states of Nigeria be okay because of the crimes that is happening every day. Alright, the US government have reached to Buhari to say that Buhari must make sure that everything was be in a good position. It gives some days to get it done, or else they will take over of it. Alright, time to be with us. We'll be going now. We'll be back shortly.